welcome back to another episode of the Saturday Drop-In podcast. It's been a bit of a hectic one.
It's busy, yeah.
It's been really busy.
Although this is the intro, we've literally just finished.
So much that there is no podcast extras.
No.
Because we forgot to announce the Beat Detective at the end of the show. We ran out of time.
Yeah.
So if you're listening, you've obviously listened to us live and gone, what happened? Where is my Beat Detective?
Yeah.
And we've told you to come to the podcast.
Yes. So
very quickly at the end.
So now skip the next 2 hours and get the answer.
Listen back and enjoy all the things that you enjoyed.
Of course, that would be Guess the Year.
Yep.
This or That, which was Donought or Donought.
For Celiac Awareness
Celiac
Month.
Awareness. Yeah. Some great chat, and Beat Detective, the answer to which is coming up after the show.
Yeah, listen in. It's 3 minutes past midday, which means it's a Saturday drop-in. How are we today, Tom?
I am good, thank you very much. Yeah, still my sunshine. It's kind of fitting in because we had our first rain in about 2 months yesterday.
We have, and it was enjoyable. I got quite excited about that.
I was really pleased because it was the first time I haven't had to go and water the plants, and I'm sure the plants will be very pleased.
See,
as well.
I kept forgetting to water my plants.
Well,
they've survived.
Fortunately, that's why you gave away most of your plants. Your 2 sunflowers
I don't want to talk about it.
Very comfortable and happy in our garden now.
How's the dirt in your car?
Are we starting with that one? Will we
Why
get this
not?
out of the way?
Yeah.
So last week we finished the show with what is the best barbecue options?
Yes.
Because you were coming to my house for a barbecue.
And it was a great night. I thoroughly enjoyed myself.
So we had our cool neighbours and also equally as cool neighbours and you guys.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciated.
And we had a jolly old good time.
Yeah.
You brought a gift to the house.
I did.
Which was very nice. And your gift was
2 sunflowers.
2 sunflowers.
Don't know what breeds. We'll find out in June.
We'll find out when they grow.
Exactly.
So when we get in the car, because you left your car here. Well,
yes.
Don't tell estates that, but yeah, you left your car.
I was working.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we, you jumped in my car and you had the sunflower with you, and I said, just put it in the back seat. And you were like, no, I'm going to hold on to it because I don't want it to fall over. So very, conscientious.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
On the way, I've got my shopping list. We had to go to Asda.
Yep.
To get last minute bits and bobs.
Mm-hmm.
We stopped at Asda and Shannon goes, all right, I'll just put this plant on the ground.
I can imagine what's going to happen next, can you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the plant gets literally
over.
emptied the entire contents of the plant pot onto the floor of the car. And I think we must have just sat for the next 3 minutes in silence. I just
kept apologising.
Do you know what? It was like having my kids in the car. Where they're just sort of, they froze in and they're like, how's he going to respond to this?
Yeah.
And then it's fine. It's all good.
I was like, I need that when you got it knew your son was sick in it.
No, not this one. That was the last car we got. Yeah, as soon as we got the brand new car, my son vomited in it, and it never smelt the same since.
Oh.
Yeah,
lovely.
Henry. Hi, Henry. Happy birthday tomorrow.
Happy birthday for tomorrow, Henry. Exactly.
He used to get quite car sick. Fortunately, not anymore.
Good.
So yeah, that was our fun finish to last week. We sat here, we edited the show.
Mm-hmm. Everything ran out of battery at the same time, which was quite funny.
So we were the life and soul of the party because we arrived at the house whilst my wife was still getting things ready and put together. And I said, listen, we're just going to have to go and edit. Yeah. We've got editing to do here.
I did the right thing first and said, Laura, is there anything that you want us to help out with?
Yeah, but what you truly meant was we're going to...
Can I have the charger and the Wi-Fi password, please?
So the thing is, you were sitting on our new couch. And you were just playing, and it looked like you were just playing with your phone. Now I know you were social mediaing, but what it looked like to the untrained person was, if you walked into the living room, here's Shannon, not talking to anybody, just playing on her phone. She could have been playing a game, we don't know, but no, she was editing.
I was working hard.
She was editing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was us. After the show last week, we headed out of here. You desecrated my car.
I cleaned it up afterwards though.
Yeah, now you'll know exactly what happened.
I was begging you to clean it. I was like, please let me clean it.
So,
I would have left him to clean it himself.
Exactly. No, but now if you go to the Asda car park, you'll see this mound of earth where Shannon emptied out the
mud now.
It's mud now, exactly. It was interesting with that rain, and it's still hot, so it was like you could smell the mugginess today.
Oh, it's great.
Very close.
That's like my favourite smell. What's on the show today?
Well, the usual features of Guess the Year coming up in a few moments' time. If you've not listened to the Saturday Drop-In before, that's fine. We're not going to hold it against you. But Shannon and I take it in turns to do the show. So it's Shannon's turn. She's in charge. She's driving. She's at the controls.
Yep.
And she has done Guess the Year. Now, I don't know what the year is. I've not seen any of the clues yet, Karen's with us as well. She's not seeing anything, so we're going to join in and genuinely find out if we know the year for Guess the Year.
Yeah.
We have got Beat Detective, which is the last song of the show, selected by the computer, and we have some cryptic clues which is going to point you towards it. Another feature, of course, is This or That. And what's coming up this week, Shannon?
So, it is Celiac Awareness Month.
Very good.
Last week, you gave me the challenge of... Because it also last Saturday was International Donut Day. So you were like, you should do...
You get a
week,
whole week
sorry.
of International Donut
Oh,
Week.
right, okay, cool. So yeah, that happened. And you were just like, I want you to go and do this and that. That is like donut or do not kind of thing. So, find out it's Celiac Awareness Month.
So is it going to be food celiac?
It's going to be
not
celiac food or not celiac
That's
food.
going to be
I-
easier.
So-
well, you
A lot
say
more
that,
information is coming later on in the show as well.
but that's good. This is what we're all here for: health and well-being, and we need to raise awareness about different conditions. So this is great.
Exactly.
I'm looking forward to it.
Good to hear. So, if you want to get in contact, the email is studio@hhr.scot, and our features will also be on our Facebook pages as well.
Oh, yes, please.
Highland Hospital Radio on Facebook and Instagram. So we are going to be popping on some lost frequencies just now. This is Are You With Me on the Saturday Drop-In. And it's time for Guess the Year. I have chosen a year this year. We've got news stories, we've got movies, we've got TVs, all that stuff.
And what's best is Karen and I don't know either, so we're playing along as well. And I've seen who the second band is.
Yeah.
And we're going to have to do some research into who was in the band at that time. More on that later. But all I'm going to say to you is this the radio edit of the song?
I am hoping so, but whilst we play it, I will have a listen. I'll be in the future into the show, but...
Shall we apologise in advance, or are you all good?
I don't know. People... it does say radio edit, so we're sorted.
All right, we're good.
One of the most hated songs of this year, I believe it
Really?
was. Yeah.
Wow.
It's James Blunt. You're Beautiful.
Yeah, definitely.
Did? Such a good song.
You
And
know
it was
what?
pretty hated.
Yeah, well, it's one of these. It's interesting, isn't it, that for some reason the public as a whole have decided they don't like James Blunt, but I like his music.
I like... Have you watched his documentary?
Oh, I love how self-deprecating he is.
Yeah.
I love how he sort
He
of
knows.
he
He
plays
knows
to
he's
the
hated.
crowd.
Yeah.
I'm saying 2005 at the moment.
Oh, okay, straight in.
You went to
Cool.
2005.
Yeah,
So can we admit that we're not cheating, but we're using a research document to try and aid us?
I'm
Right.
using Morna.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
using Morna. So
yeah.
it's
Morna's not
use your
here,
children.
but she's
Use
using
your
Morna.
children.
It's
Yeah.
'cause
Shall
she
we go
thinks
through the
I've got
clues and then we'll maybe get to somewhere?
Yep, let's start with the news of this year. It was this return of the giant mechanical spider in Liverpool, in a warm-up of Liverpool's Capital of Culture celebrations, which officially kicked off in 2008. A giant mechanical spider by French street theatre company La Machine made headlines during planning stages. Obviously, officially launched its appearance in 2008, and the development was a very bizarre concept, gained attention of this year, sparking both excitement and bemusement.
A giant spider returns.
Spider
So there was a giant spider.
Yeah, and it came
then-
back.
Wow.
Who'd have thought?
Okay.
Cheddar
Ooh.
Vision.
Now you said a year there, didn't you?
Did I?
You said a
I
year.
did.
She
I was
said
like, it
the
officially
warm-up then.
appeared.
The warm up.
Yeah,
Ooh,
the
right.
spider officially appeared
Right,
in
I'm definitely
2008.
changing my answer now. Right.
Cheddar Vision live stream became a cult hit. Get it? Because it's culture, cult.
Oh, good God.
I know, right? So a Somerset cheesemaker began streaming a live webcam of a maturing wheel of cheddar. While started at the gimmick, gathered surprising cult following, with viewers checking in daily to watch cheese slowly age. British humour and obsession with oddities at its finest.
That is up there with watching paint dry, isn't it?
It is, basically. But do you know what? People love it, and you might as well use it. Bus drivers were banned from having guarding gnomes as a passenger. Tom, you were a bus driver once. Have
Once
you had a
upon a time.
gnome on your bus?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Okay, so a driver in the West Midlands of England was suspended for placing a gnome on an empty seat as a joke. Passengers reporting found it hilarious, but management cited safety concerns because there was a gnome on the bus. And the gnome later made appearance in local protests in costumes as well. People protested in gnome costumes about this. It was very well known that Big Ben got a wash. Hasn't had a wash since. I don't know. London's iconic clock tower underwent an extremely cleaning for the first time in years. Scaffolders and cleaners dangled by dizzying heights with sponges and sprays, drawing crowds and sparkling jokes about giving time a polish.
Now, that would have been... So we've got a rough idea when this was. Much earlier, if you go into the BBC archive, you know, the Facebook page for BBC History, and there was a time when a Blue Peter presenter did this.
I remember this.
So in the 70s or 80s, I want to say. I can't remember which Blue Peter presenter it was. But in essence, he's up there.
Was it John Noakes?
No, it wasn't John Noakes. So he did Nelson's column, right?
Okay.
This was a later one. This was after John Noakes. But the guy is up in Big Ben, and he's just wearing like jeans and a t-shirt and a pair of Adidas
swing,
trackies.
Wasn't it? Yeah.
And he gets into this chair. It literally is just a plank.
And the guy's like showing you the type of knot that they use so they don't drop, and it's like...
And there's no harnesses. There is not attached in any way.
I'm sure there was harnesses in this year, though.
Well, in this year, because I hear the word scaffolding getting mentioned, so yeah. So it's not the original. This is okay.
And my favourite news story from this year...
Please.
World Worm Charming Championships, wiggle on. So this annual championship in Cheshire drew over 600 contestants in this year, all trying to entice the most worms from the ground using creative methods like tap dancing and fiddling. The winner charmed 511 worms in 30 minutes, which is a new record at this time. But what was the year? Have you been to a worm charming competition?
I think I remember seeing that on the TV.
Yeah, you get like a metre by metre square. And the idea is you have half hour to charm worms. So you know how like when it rains, like
crows,
the worms come up.
Crows and birds, they sort of patter, don't they?
They
and
do.
That makes it think that it's raining.
So we're not dressed as birds doing this. We're like playing instruments.
Maybe they went, but maybe somebody did dress as a bird.
Exactly.
Maybe that's what they went for.
Yeah. It's quite an interesting day.
Indeed. Can I give you some TV stuff?
Go on then.
The Doctor Who revival. The iconic sci-fi series was successfully revived by the BBC in March of this year, starring Christopher Eccleston as the 9th Doctor. This reboot brought Doctor Who back to the mainstream popularity after a hiatus since 1996. So we've got a window now, haven't we? Because you've said a year, I've said a year, so it's somewhere between there.
1996 and 2008.
Somewhere between there, right? The Catherine Tate Show, popular British sketch show, starring Catherine Tate, debuted in this year. It introduced memorable characters like Nan and became a staple of UK comedy. I'm going to put it out there, I was never a big fan of the Catherine Tate show.
I love Catherine Tate.
I suppose it's like all these sketch shows. There's so many different characters and styles. I like there was one where it was the really posh mum who had the 2 kids, and they brought in a nanny from the north.
Yes.
And the 2 posh kids. Oh, mama, you're not needing your focaccia. I've got terrible news. There's a new nanny coming. She's from the north. That is a great sketch. That is good.
It was brilliant.
The Mighty Bush TV series.
The Mighty Bush.
Although the radio series and stage shows came earlier, the Mighty Bush TV show launched its first series on BBC 3, becoming a cult favourite for surreal comedy.
Is that Noel Fielding?
It is
indeed,
Noel Fielding.
yeah.
I rewatched that during college and I was like, this is amazing. It's great.
Celeb weddings?
Celeb weddings, can't guarantee if they're still married.
I certainly know one of them isn't, but go
I
for
certainly know one isn't. So celebs married in this year.
Them
Guy
anymore.
Oh, there you go. All sorted.
All 3 aren't married anymore.
I don't think any of them are married.
No.
Right, okay.
So Guy Ritchie and Madonna got married this year. How long did that marriage last? Heaven only knows. Jerry Halliwell and Sasha Gervasi. And Lily Allen and Ed Simmons.
Sport?
Yeah, sport.
I have no other comments on failed celebrity marriages.
Great, cool.
In sports, Celtic won the Scottish Premier League title in this year's season, continuing their domestic success. They also won the Scottish Cup, beating Dundee United 1-0 at the final. Although still a teenager, Andy Murray was gaining recognition in the tennis world. He had some success in junior tournaments and was beginning to break into the professional circuit. And Scotland competed in this year's Six Nations. So again, that narrows it down. Finishing 5th. That's not bad. Despite mixed results, players like Chris Patterson were standout performers for the national team.
And when we head to the movies, we have got our top UK grossing films. At number 5 was Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. This is the Tim Burton edition with Johnny Depp and other people are available in that film. This was around 18 million in the box office. Number 4 was Batman Begins. So I don't know my Batmans. So, do you know who this Batman could have been?
No.
No. Okay, so we'll move on. The UK grossing was around £20 million. Number 3 was The Chronicle of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. This was the remake that has Tilda Swinton in it, Nairn's Specialist. And And this was an adaptation to the BBC series, because it was on the BBC at one point, because I watched that before the actual film and the book. Number 2 was Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, which was a UK grossing of around 27 million at box office. And then at number 1, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
Now, you see, that Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, I took my girls to see it with 2 friends, and their mum was expecting their baby at any point.
Ah,
now,
right.
if I could remember how old her son is now, that would give me exactly the
And
year.
you're great at maths as well, so you could
So, yeah, but I can't remember what year he was born.
Yeah. Goblet of Fire, that featured, obviously...
Which one is that in the sequence?
So it's the one where the Goblet of Fire was the big competition. So I think it was like the 3rd film, I want to say.
Just,
you know how it's like the championships of like...
Again, let's just imagine somebody here
Had
who's
David
never
Tennant in
seen
it.
a single movie and has never read a single Harry Potter book.
I'm assuming that's you.
That is indeed.
Oh, dearie me. We got to do like a
So
marathon at some point.
uncultured.
Really uncultured. Shame on you. But that is your guesses for Guess the Year.
We'll tell you that the next song coming up is going to be Push the Button by Sugar Babes. And this has led Karen and I, sitting on the guest side of the desk, to get out. If you ever wondered, right, go to the Wikipedia page for Sugar Babes, and it's got a lovely graph that tells you the timeline of which version of Sugar Babes it was, and we are trying to pinpoint it. That's where I'm going. I'm going here now.
Yeah, that's where I am.
Is that
as
where
well.
you are? Are we both picking the same year?
Yeah, because I'm thinking Back to Bedlam might be 20 years old this year.
Oh, yeah.
Possibly.
And is that why Shannon picked it? Oh, it might be.
Maybe.
Because I keep thinking that he was on something. And then
Well.
I'm thinking, life passes so quickly.
Yeah.
And like, was it the end of last year? Or was it the start of this year, where he was getting people to choose something, a name or something?
He was going to change his name. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
But was that this
oh,
year?
Was that this year? Was it last
And was
year?
it for 20 years?
Or was it last year?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying. Was
Oh.
it the end of 2004 or was it the
happened with
start of
that?
2005?
Well,
Weird,
yeah.
isn't it?
Well, we have the next song.
I
and,
think
and
we
then
should
we'll
have
nail
the
down our
next show.
answer.
Yeah, exactly. Pop your answers in at studio@hhr.com. Or what you can do is you can comment on our social media channels. It's Facebook and Instagram, Highland Hospital Radio. Guess the year, Sugar Babes, Push the Button. And that was Sugar Babes, Push the Button. And that was part of your Guess the Year. These were number 1s of this year. So, Karen, you said 2004.
I'm going 2005.
2005,
She's
sorry.
2005.
Tom said 2004.
Yeah, I'm going 2004.
Our friend Edgin has also said 2005. The answer was 2005.
Hooray.
Yay! You're welcome.
Guide.
Yeah.
1 year out. There's a T-shirt in that.
There is a T-shirt in
There's
that
a T-shirt in
somewhere. I don't know what game show that is, but
Never
But
heard
we
of it.
did well.
Yeah.
We worked it out.
Yeah,
you did a lot of like Sherlock Holmes stuff right there, like proper like going into it and being like, oh well, this happened and this happened. There was a bump in the road and all this stuff. Like,
I wish I'd paid more attention to that live cheese stream now, and then I would
Yeah.
have got the answer right away.
I believe it was called Cheese Vision.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Cheddar Vision.
Cheddar Vision. Sorry, there you go.
Does
Even
that
better.
make you think of Chuckle Vision? Cheddar
Yeah, I think it
Vision.
does, yeah.
Cheddar Vision.
Yeah, good times. So well done if anyone got that question right. As we said, Beat Detective has been later on in the show. We're just going to do some chit chat just now. So you have there's a certain toy apparently that everyone's fighting over.
So this story came up in you know when you get your and finally stories.
Yes.
A Labubu doll.
A
or
Labubu
a
doll.
Labubu, right?
A Labubu.
Labubu fan fury after dolls pulled from stores.
Okay.
This is from BBC. Fans of viral Lubabu dolls have reacted angry online after its maker pulled the toys from all UK stores following reports of customers fighting over them. Popmart, which makes the monster bag charms, told the BBC it had paused selling them in all 16 of its shops until June to prevent any potential safety issues. Now, this thing...
Interesting.
Looks like a rabbit.
It has,
It does.
So it's the picture that they've put here on the BBC site that we're looking at. It's like a small white furry type thing. It's got a... I mean,
It looks like a baby wearing a bunny
It's
onesie.
the face.
Yes.
It's the face.
Yeah.
It looks like it's like
Now,
grimacing.
I really don't know what the... it says Lubabu, and I'm probably saying it all wrong, is a quirky monster character created by Hong Kong-born artist Kai Sing Lung and popularised through a collaboration with toy store Popmart. Soft toys became a TikTok trend. Been there. But it was for all the wrong reasons, as we know.
Yeah, exactly.
After being worn by celebrities like Rihanna and Dua Lipa. Now some
Well,
retail
they must be
experts.
tiny then.
Worn.
They're like key
worn
rings.
by.
Do you remember
that's somebody's
the
handbag in the background?
Yeah.
So it's a key ring, and
Oh.
people are fighting over a key ring.
See, I remember used to fighting over the key rings. There was like a certain bag that you can get that had a gorilla, and you could like put the thumb and the fist together. Like that was the
remember
thing.
that,
Do you remember
I
that?
remember
That was
that.
like
I remember
everyone
that.
wanted that key ring.
Well, I'm trying to think of other times where people have like come to blows to try and get something or spend a
Cabbage
fortune
Patch.
online.
Cabbage
Dolls.
Patch
Cabbage
dolls.
Patch
Yeah,
dolls?
yeah.
I was thinking of Kevin the Carrot a few
Kevin the
Christmases ago.
Carrot?
That was a big deal.
Yeah. I'm
Um,
trying to think what was like.
Teletubbies.
The
I remember
Teletubbies when
trying
they
to get
came out.
Teletubby for Kenna when she was wee.
But do you remember? I don't think it really happens so much now, especially in the online shopping world.
Yeah.
But that every Christmas there would be like a must-have toy.
Sometimes it was an online
Buzz
thing.
Lightyear was apparently a big one.
Buzz Lightyear.
People couldn't get Buzz Lightyears.
Yep.
Like
Well, games consoles as well.
Yeah,
Like PS4s
absolutely.
have sold
Oh,
out. You know,
yeah.
Xboxes.
the Nintendo Wii.
It's the Wii. We had to pay
Oh,
$8
I remember the
for a
Wii.
Yeah.
There was
Actually, made a
the
small
Akira
fortune out
one.
of
We
one
got.
of them. But
Oh,
it's-
we still got ours.
We still got ours.
Insane.
We've still got our Nintendo.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's not our Nintendo Wii. We bought another Nintendo Wii because we missed it that much.
Wow.
So yeah, we bought
Yeah.
off of Facebook Marketplace.
And I
just
was
to get a
saying to you
Nintendo
this
Wii.
morning, it was like all the kids that parents were queuing up for these toys are now queuing up in Pandora's. I think anyway, because you know how like on Christmas Eve there's a massive queue outside Pandora's because it's all the partners being like, "I'm shopping now."
I
think that's our new queue. It's just Pandora's. Like,
yes.
We bought a Wii and then Mornawana Wii on a certain local radio station.
the one that
Is there a local radio station? I never. This is news.
It was a local radio station at the time. So she gave it to a cousin who hadn't been well.
Aw,
Well, she actually didn't win it. She was in a competition online answering questions.
Yeah.
And the interviewer asked her a question and she got the right answer and they said no, she got it wrong. So
she had to.
Stewart's inquiry.
Yeah.
So we
Ofcom.
emailed them and let them know that they'd got it wrong. So then they had to give her
They
a
had
prize
to give
as
them.
well.
Yeah. Ofcom
Amazing.
regulations those days. Scare electrics. That was one of the things,
that a
wasn't
big
it?
deal?
I think it was. I had a lot.
I'm trying. Yeah. So if you're listening, if there's been like some sort of big toy or like a big sensation that you've had to queue up for,
Yeah.
or that you've then seen online for crazy prices afterwards. I suppose a modern equivalent is tickets for big shows.
Yeah.
So obviously you had the Oasis
Like resale
thing.
tickets.
Yeah,
and
and
stuff,
resale
yeah.
obviously. Then Brian Adams, which crashed the Eden Court website.
Yeah.
You're still recovering from the fact you never got your Brian Adams
It's
tickets.
all right. Apparently, it was a really good gig.
Yeah, you would have loved to have been
Apparently, he
there.
asked for a bagpipe player on the day, and they were just like, "We don't have like a bagpipe player like that. We could just call straight away." He's like,
I love the
"But
notion
it's
that
Scotland."
at,
like,
at Eden Court there's like a glass cover that you break with a hammer and out of it pops a piper.
a piper, yeah. Just defrost the piper.
Is it
why
not one
not?
of these
Like-
things where like people from like North America just seem to think we all play bagpipes, obviously.
Yeah.
We all go about in kilts, obviously. It's snowing all the time, and there's like Loch Ness monsters round every corner.
Oh, you're not saying that Nessie's been sorting out the Iron Brew recently?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Nessie tears.
What?
About Nessie tears?
What?
No, it's unicorn tears and then Nessie.
It's Nessie definitely on it.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. It's like a new flavour. Nessie's been helping us out with an Iron Brew flavour. They got the unicorn as well. More on that later on. I know, right? We'll let you
Excuse
sort
me
of.
while I Google something.
Yeah, exactly. We'll let you sort of do what you need to do. And we are going to be moving on to some Solid by Ashford and the Simpsons. That sounds pretty good to me.
I think. Are you heading off, Karen?
I am going.
We're going to say
Thanks for
cheerio to
staying,
Karen
Karen.
then. Thanks for
Yep.
popping in.
No
Dropping
worries.
in.
Dropping in, literally.
do.
Nice to see you.
Saturday pop in. What are you on about?
Saturday popping.
I'll be copying you into the email.
Oh,
Well,
yeah, sorry.
Sorry, well, we
We'll
fade
do
down the
some
mics
admin.
and we'll do some admin while the song
No,
plays, yeah?
I knew the mic was on. I'm just letting you know I will be copying you in because I know you're going to be discussing it later
Some
on.
live admin.
I know you're going to be discussing it live later on.
All right.
Oh,
about
yes.
What we got this week.
Oh.
Yes, we did.
Yeah,
More on that.
we look forward to that email.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's just coming up to 10 to 1 on your Saturday drop-in. We have still got Tom and Shannon in for your show today.
Hello.
We've got an announcement to make.
Yeah, this is exciting.
You messaged me last night and I was like, this is amazing. I need to say something, but
Yeah. We had to get it correct.
hence why Karen was in.
Hence why Karen was in. to make sure.
Not specifically for that reason. She was doing her show and sorting out admin-y stuff, as she mentioned that there was an email that we needed to reply to.
Yeah. So there's, how can I put this? We've talked about this before. we had some visitors from one of the local high schools here, one of the academies, and there is an initiative. It's the Scottish Youth Philanthropy Initiative, and what it is its idea is to get kids at high school, about second year, third year age, to understand about the charities and sort of third sector stuff that's going on in their area. So they have to find a local charity, they have to do some research, they can visit, they find out about it, and then they have to almost do a presentation and try and convince their peers why that is a really worthwhile organisation, and how we can support it. So the pupils from Nairn Academy got in touch with us and said, we're really interested in what Highland Hospital Radio does, and we'd like to, take our charity on board, and they were going to choose us as their charity of choice. So we had a wee bit of communication back and forward. They told us, we told them what we could about the service, but they've done so much research themselves, which is fantastic. And we were asked to go along on Thursday of this week. So Karen and Helen went along. And again, we're just a small wee charity, aren't we? We're not a big player. So we went on just to see how things went. I'm told by Karen and Helen that the presentation that the group did was fantastic. One of them even dressed up as a DJ as well, just to try and sell it. And I'm intrigued as to what they've dressed up as. I'd love to see the pictures, so we'll look forward to that coming through. But the long and short of it is, they, on our behalf, won. Yeah. Which is insane, and we're absolutely over the moon with it. It means that the charity is going to be awarded £3,000. which gets a cheer.
We can't not do that, So
which is incredible. So thank you so much to the kids at Nairn. We're looking forward to doing some stuff and going through and seeing them and having a nice wee collaboration.
Exactly.
Being that it's Nairn, it's not been easy for them to come through to see us.
Yeah, definitely.
But we'll go and see them.
We'll make a point to go and say hi.
Absolutely. And the money that comes, that's going to go towards our outside broadcast that we've got planned for this year. So there's equipment that we need to buy for that, and hopefully, we're so
excited for it.
We're absolutely buzzing, because the whole idea is if we can take this show and the studio out and about, raise awareness, and again share the charities that we've had in the studio, the local organisations, the health and wellbeing messaging that we're so passionate about here. We can actually take that out and show it to people, and really grow what we've got here at Highland Hospital Radio.
Drop in roadshow.
And this exactly. Yeah. So this grant that we're going to receive is absolutely, it means so much to us. I mean, of course, all the other charities who would have been there, it would have been absolutely amazing for them as well, but this sum of money is incredible for us. It's going to enable us to buy a lot of new kit, go out and about more often. We'll be hopefully have it in time for our next outside broadcast, which is coming up in the middle of June. More on that later, but we just wanted to say thank you so much to the group from Nairn Academy who chose us in the first place, which is already
hilarious.
That was amazing.
Just sitting there like, what? Are you sure?
Yeah. We're not, there's other groups have been in touch with us as well, but which is really nice to hear from. And the fact that they've put on such an amazing show and convinced their peers that this is a worthwhile charity, and we've been successful. So thank you so much to them. I look forward to showing you all how we're going to use that money to make the charity more open to the community.
Exactly.
Can't wait.
Yeah. Very, very exciting. We're going to be playing some Slade just now. We've got Squeeze Me, Please Me.
I love Slade.
Squeeze Me, Please Me. So pop in if you want a request, it is studio@hhr.scot, or just find us on Facebook and Instagram, Highland Hospital Radio, on both. Slade, Squeeze Me, Please Me. It's the Saturday Drop-In with Shannon and Tom.
Das war Nena und 99 Luftballon hier auf Highland Krankenhaus Radio.
Wow.
Von Inverness. I can do all the languages as long as it's German.
Ich habe ein something or other.
Thank you, and thank you, Shannon, for that one.
Yeah, I tried. Do you know what? They asked me to do German, and I went, no, I know more French.
Well, we never got a choice. When I was at school, my high school alternated, so if you were in that year's intake, you did German all the way through, and then the following year was French.
That's
so we didn't
clever.
get a choice.
Yeah.
I wish I had the choice. The kids do two languages, certainly at Jessica's
French,
high school.
French, German, or you do French, Spanish in England.
Well, no, in England, but at Charleston, they are doing French and Gaelic. So Jess
very nice.
gets an hour of Gaelic every week and 2 hours of French, and then it changes to 2
as
hours
they
Gaelic.
should.
Yeah, I agree as well. It made us think about, as we played Nina 99 Luftballon, which of course is 99 red balloons, is how it was translated, which is a poor translation.
I know the Goldfinger version.
The
But they
Goldfinger
do it.
version?
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's like a kind of rocky, like. Yeah. I say rocky, but.
Nina, the band, don't like the English version. They
No.
didn't want to do it, but they were sort of coerced by their music label at the time. But then we had to think about other foreign language hits to reach the UK charts. And thanks to officialcharts.com, we have the list in front of us. Yeah, it's a terrible website. It was, oh, no, I'm sorry. I'll say it. And I've said it. You know what? Since I started in radio, right, I have said this from day one. The official charts website is awful. Tag them in this video. I don't care.
I don't want to tag them in the video.
It crashes.
Not anymore.
There's so many adverts, right, that it crashes my laptop quite a lot. And this is not an old laptop. In fact, I can feel the heat coming off of it because I've got the official charts website open.
Anyway, the
I've
ketchup song.
Got off my head there. Yes, last ketchup. So we're not reading from the list in order. We're just picking
I
at randoms,
thought, yeah,
are we?
why not?
Well, from 10 to 1, they've got Begin the Begin with Julio Iglesias.
Yes.
From 1981. Tour de France by Kraftwerk.
I don't know this song. You need to teach us this.
For the podcast listener, this is going to do absolutely nothing for you, this section. But I'm going to see if I can just quickly... Have we got Tour de France by Kraftwerk in the system?
I wouldn't surprise me if we had it.
You do the next one and I'll find this.
So the next one was Chanson d'amour.
Chanson d'amour.
Yeah. That was by Manhattan Transfer.
Manhattan Transfer, yes.
Lambada by... Is it Keoma?
Oh, who have they got it from? Let me just... Keoma. Well, Lambada... I can't remember who did it originally, but I remember Los Lobos did a version of it.
We have it.
Because it was Richie Valens, okay?
Yeah.
And Los Lobos, when the musical film about the life of Richie Valens came out, Los Lobos did the music for it.
Right, okay.
Los Lobos, you might not know who they are, but they're a band who would play a song like that.
Yes.
Do you know the TV show Handy Manny? Oh, it was on Nick Jr. It was maybe bypassed
I don't think. Yeah,
but Los Lobos
I wasn't
do
a
the
Nick
theme
Jr.
tune to Handy Manny.
Oh, right, okay. That's kind of cool.
I kind of want to play all these songs.
Is it like how Phineas and Ferb did like Bowling for Soup? Or Bowling for a Soup did Phineas and Ferb?
I cannot possibly say because
I knew it though.
If you let's put on the Tour de France because it's only got like the only lyrics in it are Tour de France.
Oh, I didn't expect this intro.
well, I mean, again, the podcast
because they're doing the Tour
has
de
to
France.
imagine. Yeah, they're out of breath. This goes on for a bit. We'll go on for the list.
Okay.
Macarena, Los del Rio.
Macarena.
Aye. Now, I had to tell you this one. Dragastea Dente by Ozone.
I know it. Now you sung it.
Because it's the one that goes... No ma, yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
good song.
Guantanamera by Sandpipers in 1966. Does that ring a bell at all?
It kind of does.
So it gets used as a football chant all the time. So if you were a footballer, perhaps, the crowd might sing... One Shannon Marvel. There's only one Shannon Marvel.
Oh, right. Because there is.
Well, as far as we know, in this studio, that we can confirm.
I used to, at university, we used to have a sports journalist called Ben Marvel.
Ooh,
which was hilarious.
That is weird.
It's very weird. And it's not my Ben as well. It was like, oh my God, no way. We found out we weren't related, so it's cool. Anyway, moving on. We know Speak Americano.
Yolanda Be Cool versus Deca. I should remember that because it's fairly recent, 2010, but I don't. Is it that one? Was that in the In-Betweeners? There we go. How to associate a song. Oh, it was the one from the In-Betweeners. Got you.
Good song.
Last Ketchup, Aserehe.
Yep.
And then one of the most controversial, I'm pretty sure the BBC banned it because the BBC were like that back in the 60s. Je t'aime, moi non plus. Jane Birkin and Serge Gainsbourg.
Yeah. It's quite a saucy song.
Well,
saucier than the ketchup
your
song.
Interpretation of it. Other ones who didn't actually reach their list, they've got Falco, Rock Me Amadeus. Amadeus.
Oh, right,
that
yes.
one. Los Lobos version of La Bamba, there you go. Size Gangnam Style.
Gangnam Style wasn't in top 10.
Gangnam Style didn't make the UK top 10.
That's insane. It was like number 1 for so long.
It's only got 1 billion views on YouTube. Is it not the most viewed?
It was record breaking. I don't think it is now. It was record breaking.
Rick Astley maybe overtaken it, but it was certainly massive. And then Vanessa Paradis, Jola Taxi. all failed to reach the top 10.
Wow. But at least we know.
And now you know. And that's what we're here for. We're here to inform and entertain and just read straight off of officialcharts.com.
Exactly.
It's what we do.
Yeah, exactly. Should we get some feeder on?
Oh, yes, please.
We've got some Buck
Only
Rogers.
if it's Buck Rogers. Yeah, that's fine.
Beat Detective questions are on the way as well after the break. But we're going to be going into Buck Rogers. Oh, I love this song
Such
so
a good song.
much. Yeah.
It's got a brand new car.
Hey, Tom.
Hey, Shannon.
Is it time
I
for
think it is.
Beat Detective? Oh, I love this. This is great. So I have cryptically hidden the last song of the show within a couple of questions. It is available on Facebook. I do like to apologise against the year. I forgot to press publish. I'm sorry. So this time we have artist, 2 words. She kept the faith, full of stories from a wild, wild past. And your song is 5 words. Sorry, I mean Jelly Baby. The song is 5 words, poignant tune where dreams and Paris drift just out of reach.
Sorry to interrupt. How can you be having a Jelly Baby when the consumption of food or drink in the studio is expressly prohibited?
Well, when Tom buys them.
Yeah, well, to be fair, we're only having Jelly Babies because I couldn't get a coffee because the queue at the Highland table was
totally
outside
fine.
the door.
And you know what? At least we're supporting the local cafe.
Absolutely,
where we can.
yes. Go and visit the WRVS cafe if you're here at Rigmore or if there's one
Or
at
the
your
wee
hospital.
shoppy.
The wee shoppy.
The wee shoppy.
The wee shoppy.
Yes. I'll quickly repeat that just
yeah,
because
so we should explain what this is. So will you finish your Jelly Baby? Beat Detective is the last song on today's show. It's picked at random by the computer. We get that song. We definitely don't change it to one that we prefer. And then then we come up with a cryptic clue for you to try and guess what the song is. We give you the artist and we give you the title of the song cryptically. Now, I have decided I'm good at writing these, but I'm rubbish at solving them.
Yeah. It's so funny to watch. Like
Right, so come on, read it out for the listeners again.
Okay.
Tell us what the clues are for this week's Beat Detective.
So the artist is 2 words. She kept the faith, full of stories from a wild, wild past. And your song, which is 5 words, poignant tune where dreams and Paris drifts just out of reach.
Where dreams and Paris
Yes.
drift just out of reach.
Yes. Dreams and Paris reached out of reach. Yep. Hello?
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh, what was how many? What's how
5.
many? How many? No, but how many words? No, it's not. All right,
Okay.
no, sorry, that epiphany has just gone.
That's okay. So it is available on Facebook and Instagram if you want to comment your answers. It's at Highland Hospital Radio on both. Or what you can do is you can email along. It is studio@hhr.scot. I don't know why I said it that way. Sorry. It's the Jelly Babies. They're having me, aren't they? We've got some. Let me have a look.
Oh, we've got some Amen Corner
We've
coming
got
up.
live version of Amen Corner.
Oh, it's the live version,
It
isn't
is
it?
the live
let's
version.
we like some live music.
Why
There'll be some applause
not?
as well. Yeah.
Exactly. So, studio@hhr.scot if you want to join in with Beat Detective. This is Amen Corner. Bend me, shape me. When you're ready, as Amen Corner said. Catching you out.
I'm here.
That was Bend Me, Shape Me, the live version from Amen Corner. See, I don't really know who Amen Corner is, but I heard that they might actually be quite popular from that
Yeah,
that song.
Amen Corner. I mean, that is probably their best known song. If Paradise is Half as Nice, that was another Amen Corner
Oh,
track.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
So, we haven't actually caught up. How's your week been?
It's been an odd week.
An odd week.
Well, I had to do some babysitting.
Yeah.
I've-
say babysitting. They are your children.
Oh yeah, sorry, parenting. I had to do some parenting.
Yes.
Yeah, so, as you know, Laura and I often find ourselves, that's my wife Laura, are sometimes away. So I was away
Yes.
the past few weeks, working away from home, and then coming back for the weekends, because also I'm coming back for the Saturday drop-in, obviously.
Of course.
This week Laura was away. She was working away down in London. So
Not London.
the big smoke itself. Yeah. So with her away, I had the kids, and that's fine. I was working from home this week, which was quite a nice situation there. And then Wednesday morning, we're checking. I'm just doing my social media checks, my email checks, and here's a message from the school.
Uh-oh.
And it says we've got a bit of a problem, and we might have to close some classes. There's some people not well. Some of the teachers are unwell.
Oh no.
So then the message came out that Henry's class was one of the classes that's now closed. He's not to come to school because a few people are sick.
Yes.
So this was the day after the sports day as well. So I'd seen everybody the previous day. Everybody seemed fine and healthy, but overnight something has struck.
Something horrific happened.
And judging by some of the comments I saw on Facebook, it was certainly something. So Henry was off school on Wednesday. Well, that's fine. I was working from home, and we did some fun stuff.
Yep.
He did some washing. So he knows how to use the washing machine and stuff now. He stripped his bed, got it in the washing machine, got it washed, hung it up. I helped him, obviously.
Yeah. Well, you can't reach the washing line,
exactly.
can you?
Well, you'd be surprised. We then did the water in the plants. We did some science experiments with that. We talked about
cool.
water conservation, because of course it's been really hot and not a lot of rain lately. We talked about how the heat gets into the hose, so the water was hot. I was being some good parenting.
Good parenting. It's like lockdown parenting.
It was a bit like that. Yeah. So then on Wednesday afternoon, we got the message sent the entire school was now to close. Now, it's in the news.
Yeah,
now.
it was.
So this was Kinmiley's primary, which I then saw this morning when we were having our production meeting over WhatsApp. I saw that it actually made the Courier, the fact that the school was shut and it's norovirus, they think, and of course that's a terrible thing. They need to create a sort of line in the sand, right? Nobody coming to school, we'll clean it up, everybody get
like
well.
A full-on disinfection kind of thing.
Absolutely, and we see it with wards closing here in hospitals across NHS
Highland. If the brown doors are closed, do not enter.
The double doors here
that's
at
what we
Raigmore,
get told for ward visiting.
Cannot pass by the double doors. So we were messaging each other back and forward about what was coming up today, and I said, Henry's school's in the Courier. And you replied with something along the lines of,
amazing!
Oh, that's exciting.
That's cool.
What's he done? Something nice.
Considering I work at the Courier and I didn't even know.
Exactly, yeah. And I says, no, his school is closed because there's an outbreak of norovirus. It's bad news. It's bad things are happening.
I was only on one coffee this morning, when you were I was processing that, and I was like, we probably did like a really cool community thing, like did a group come and see him.
No. The school was shut. So you know what? Fair play to the head teacher is Mrs. Lingard. She did a cracking job of getting the word out, and obviously dealing with, no doubt, the amount of phone calls she must have got from all the staff.
I can imagine how stressful that would be.
The first one comes in, you're like, all right, fair enough, somebody's not well. The second one, the third one, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth call of staff phoning up,
and
then you're like, oh no.
Yeah.
But then, as well as that, once we found out the reason why, we're like, when's Henry going to start being ill?
Yeah,
because you almost feel like you've got a ticking time bomb.
It's like a 10-day thing. It's not like it's short.
Oh, don't say that. I mean, because I was basically keeping him on the kitchen so that there was no carpet underneath him, just in case. But no, we seem to have dodged it. We're okay.
Oh, good.
So hopefully all the kids, the parents and the teachers who have been affected by this, and the wider area feel a lot better soon.
Yeah, well, soon.
And hopefully they're back at school on Monday. But horrendous. But good fun, good time spending with Henry. We went for nice wee walks as well. Went up by the duck pond.
Oh, that's cute.
But with yourself. Oh, hey Shannon, your hair looks really nice. Have you had a haircut?
I have. Yeah. I did my hair. Finally, I was allowed to get a patch test because I box dyed it like 2 years ago, and my hairdresser was like, "I'm not touching that hair until it's out." And I was like,
"Your hair 2 years ago was."
It was blonde.
It was
almost
blonde.
Orange, like
Adjective
the stuff that
blonde.
we use for our whatchamacallit, our press releases when we got our nominations.
So
was almost like vivid. Blonde.
Yeah, if you go to hhr.scot, go to shows and click on the Saturday drop-in show page, you'll see the pictures from that time. And Shannon, we had to turn the lights off in here, I think, because Shannon's
was my
hair
own light.
was bright. So that is forevermore. That is your press release photo.
Yeah, one of them, yeah.
Yeah.
So I finally got that done. I had my contraceptive implant removed yesterday, day before.
And it looks like they've been assaulted.
Not too bad. Like worse things have happened.
Wow. Yeah,
it's sore when you get a replacement. I just was like, I can't be bothered with this. Like, just get it out. And then yesterday, I got my first ever SIM-only contract.
What?
I know, yeah.
No way.
My mum's
it's
been
the
paying
future,
for it
by
since
the way.
I was like, got my first
Your mum's
phone.
still been paying for your phone? Shannon, come on.
I have my own car. I bought my own car, bought my own house, I got engaged, phone bill.
Still
whatever.
getting your mum
That's
to
the
pay for
last
your
thing.
phone bill.
Well, I found out how much it cost, and I was like, I'll just get one. I'm so sorry. You've been paying this out of contract since 2018.
Wow.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I was like, Ma'am, what are you doing?
I
wanted to make sure that you could contact me at any point if there was an issue.
Your
and I'm
mum
like,
is such a nice person.
I know.
She's an absolute rock star, as we've discussed
I've just
before on the show.
severed that link.
Not anymore.
So I grew up yesterday, and they were just like, "Do you have a pack number?" And I'm like, "What? What's a pack number?" And they're like, "Why do you need to know my address?"
So you're talking about growing up.
Yeah.
I had to do some growing up as well.
Uh-oh.
Because I went for my eye test. So I was due my eye test.
We came in and annoyed you.
So this was the day after the barbecue, and you left your Apple Watch. Other smartwatches are available.
Yeah.
And charging.
Ran out of charge,
Yeah, it ran out of charge. So I went and put it on the charger, and you just went home without it. So the following day, I had to go and get my eyes tested and return your watch. So you and Ben arrived, and I was, let's face it, I was already stressed out because I'd just been told, right, the optician goes to me, so any changes in your vision? I was like, yeah, I'm finding, see when I'm like looking like at people opposite me, then I look down to like read a book or like at work, so at my job I'm looking around the class, then look down to read off a manual or something maybe. I says, I'm really struggling with that. I says, yeah, you'll need bifocals or like varifocals now. I was like, no, that's an old person. Old people need bifocals, don't they? She says, no, it's fine. So I was dealing and processing with the fact that I have now reached an age where I've been wearing glasses since I was 12.
Yeah.
And now I have to have I'm getting varifocals for everyday use. And you have bifocals for work, so that's the one where you can actually see the line.
Yeah, it's like the little semicircle, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I've got that for my work glasses, and my normal glasses, it's like a wee bit. So I was already quite stressed out. Enter Specsavers in Inverness, Shannon and Ben, and they thought they were being helpful by picking glasses for me. Meanwhile, at the same time, I've got my 2 children picking glasses for me. Yeah. I've got about 12 pairs of glasses in my hand, to the point where I think I actually put my own glasses back on the shelf.
You did at one point. That was quite funny.
and I'm going, why can't I see? I've got the wrong glasses on. Where's my glasses?
I was going to the Elton John section because I was like, look at these, Tom. These have got stars in them. These are sparkly.
So Elton John's doing Specsavers glasses just now. They're not as crazy as I want them to be. They weren't as amazing.
The OG, like, who was the Dame What's-Her-Face from Australia?
Dame Edna Everage.
Dame Edna.
Yes.
That's the one that I kind of describe it as, like the comical, like...
They weren't comical enough. So I've got a variety of glasses on order just now. And
not the Elton John versions, right?
I didn't get the Elton John versions, no. So we've all done some growing up this week. But I'd love to say thank you to you and Ben for helping, but I'd be lying.
I don't know. I think we tried at the start and then we just went, we'll give up. We'll have some fun.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Well, I think Ben was trying to get you to like the designer glasses, and you're just like, I literally have a voucher for work. It's not meant to be pretty.
Do you know what? The glasses I've got on just now, so people who are, I have got sort of like, the sort of typical black frames. Like, I got these 2 years ago for £15. 15.
Did you get them from Specsavers?
I did, yes.
Oh, you did? Okay, cool.
I did, yeah.
Like, support your high street.
They have done a cracking job for me, and I'm loath to pay more than that, to be honest. But one thing is I'm getting the anti-glare coating this time.
Oh,
see, when I have to do Teams meetings at work, or even for Hospital Radio, we do Teams meetings. I'm kind of the same,
like,
right?
yeah.
But you've got the sort of the coating.
I have blue light.
Well, but the problem is if I'm like, see the camera on the Teams call, it just like
screen,
it completely blanks out my eyes. So I just have this white look. So so it's been a tough week adjusting to life as a
We had a great time.
It must be retiring soon, surely, if I'm getting bifocals.
Who knows?
But thank you to the high street retailer, Specsavers. Other high street opticians are available, but you know what? That's where I've gone since I first got glasses. So.
And you get a voucher, so
Yeah, it's all good.
Work vouchers are fine. Should get some Jason Derulo on, because that's the only way that you can name
Jason Derulo. Does he say his name in the song? Because is that not a Jason Derulo thing?
One, yeah.
And every
it's a bit
Jason,
like Pitbull when he's like, it's the 305.
Every Jason Derulo song, he has to say his name at some stage. Let's listen in for that.
Yeah. Turn back time, Aqua there on the Saturday drop-in. We were going to come back just before the previous song, which was, let me just double check, Jason Derulo.
Jason Derulo.
And he did say it just afterwards, didn't he?
Right at the very beginning.
The phone went off, and it was Producer Bill.
Producer Bill, who should know better than to... Do you know what it is? It's because he's been... You've got messages from Producer Bill on your phone.
And I've not been doing anything about it.
And because your phone's getting used as a camera, so that people can enjoy some TikTok short content later on in the week. You didn't see the messages, so I think he's been harassing you. What's Producer Bill doing today?
He is at The Gathering.
What is The Gathering, Shannon?
The Gathering is a one-day festival that is at the Northern Meeting Park in Inverness. It's run by the same company as Belladrum. So you get, I think, headline is a Skipitish. Skipperdish.
It's easy for you to say.
Pardon?
Yeah.
A couple more. Sort of. It's more of their like alternative
Is it sort of
people
folky?
in a way.
Would you
It's
say,
kind
like
of
Scottish?
folky, old kind of stuff. They have like really good like stands as well. Like there's a jewelry lady that I know that goes on a yearly basis. So when I got to go for free.
Yes, you've got your Skippernishes, you've got your Red Hot Chili Peppers,
Oh,
Torridon,
yes, please.
Nurse Quintet, Callum McPhail, we were just talking about him earlier.
Callum, yeah.
Claire Hastings, the City of Inverness Youth Pipe Band, all happening at the Northern Meeting Park in 2 hours, 28 minutes, 23, 22, 21 seconds.
Exactly. And I think, I'm going to say
here we
because I
go.
said, don't quote me on it.
Here comes another almost fact from Shannon Marvel.
Yeah, Bill will also be at Ansoma, which is our sort of gig venue place that used to be Vodka Revolutions on Church Street. He's going there for the Gathering after party. So if you see him floating about, go say hi, ask him about the station, tell him what he's up to. Are you okay?
I'm good. Sorry, I just had a little burpee moment there, and when the mic's live, you're like, oh, can't do that in the microphone. Sorry.
You were professionally panicking about that, and I appreciate it. Only thing that happens is professionalism here. So.
Producer Bill is he's great for getting an interview, so he'll be doing some stuff on social media. So go and check us out, because you can go to TikTok and search for us. We're at Highland Hospital Radio. If you would prefer to enjoy your short video content on YouTube, you can find us there as well. I think we're Highland HR there, aren't we?
We're Highland HR, and then Facebook, Instagram, just Highland Hospital Radio.
Difficult to get a consistent name.
I know. We tried our best.
We did.
We have tried our best. It's time for this or that.
Oh,
are you ready for this or that?
Let's go for it. Because this or that, before you tell us what this week's edition is our 50-50 quiz that we do every week. Shannon and I, we're simple people. We can't do complicated quizzes. You listen in on Wednesdays for a complicated quiz with Terry and Athol, but on a Saturday drop-in, it's very much a 50-50. Is it this or is it that?
Yes.
We have had such classics as Foot or Boot. We had the trauma for Shannon there.
Yep.
We've had cheese on motorway services.
Dick or Doc.
We had Dick or Doc. I won't say any more than that.
Yeah.
What's this week's this or that?
It is. Well, I've got a bit of a spiel before we get to it. So,
Go for it.
May is Celiac Awareness Month. So celiac disease is a chronic autoimmune condition where the ingestion of gluten, which is a protein found in foods like wheat, barley and rye, triggers an immune response that damages the lining of the small intestine. This damage impairs nutrient absorption and can lead to a range of symptoms. Some individuals may experience non-gastrointestinal systems and remain asymptomatic, making the diagnosis challenging. You want some facts about this?
Of course we do.
Of course we do. Approximately 1 in 100 people in the UK are affected by celiac disease. But despite its prevalence, celiac disease is significantly undiagnosed. It's estimated that 500,000 people in the UK are living with it undiagnosed. And yes, there is a difference between being gluten intolerant and celiac. So, celiac disease is an autoimmune disorder where the immune system is attacking the small intestine, and that's when gluten is consumed. It causes damage and hinders nutrient absorption. There's a lot of big words in this, I do apologise. Gluten intolerance, on the other hand, is a sensitivity. So, the same as my lactose intolerance, it's a sensitivity, but it's not damaging your body, essentially.
Right, but celiac is...
It's a big thing. Diagnosing celiac disease typically involves a blood test or detect specific antibodies and a biopsy of the small intestine to assess damage. However, if individuals have already adopted a gluten-free diet prior to testing, it can affect the accuracy of the diagnosis process.
It needs to
it's
check.
Quite difficult.
You sort of need to be reacting to it for the test to see that.
Exactly, yes.
Right.
The only effective treatment for celiac disease is a strict, lifelong, gluten-free diet. Adhering to this diet allows the intestinal lining to heal, alleviates symptoms, and reduces risks of complications such as osteoporosis, infertility, and certain types of intestinal cancers.
See,
it's insane.
Wow,
when you think celiac disease, obviously a big allergen when you work in hospitality, but you don't know how much it actually hits.
Yeah, what you've just told me there is I've never appreciated how significant it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's tough for people who have these conditions, because they go into a restaurant, they go to a food place and they say, I have this, and it's I must eat gluten-free food, etc.
Mm-hmm.
And I should imagine that they're not always accommodated very well.
It's
they're seen
very
as fussy,
difficult
they're seen
because,
as being awkward. But this is life-changing.
It's parts per million in the air. Gluten is in the air.
Really?
Yeah. So to be a gluten-free place, you have to be certain parts per million below. to be classed as a gluten-free product. However, we shall move on.
Yeah.
So to give more information of items that someone with celiac disease can eat, this week's This or That is unfortunately called Donut or Do Not. So I have 10 foods that can be donuts, as in they are celiac friendly.
Okay, donuts is good.
Yep, do not, which means do not give this to someone who has celiac disease.
Okay.
But we're seeing more gluten-free products in our supermarket shelves.
Yeah, the shelf's getting bigger,
So
absolutely.
there are 3 bonus points up for grabs.
All right.
All you need to do, Tom, is shout, check the label, if you think this food can come as a gluten-free product.
Oh,
Are
so
you
it
ready?
could... Oh,
It could be gluten-free,
right, okay.
but I will tell you the reason why it's gluten-free if it's correct.
I mean, I apologise in advance to those people who have these intolerances and diseases because I think I'm going to be horribly bad at this.
Do you know what? But we're all learning. We're all learning something
exactly.
today.
This is learning,
which
like
is
it.
very important. And I have double-checked everything on here through the Celiac
Yeah,
UK website.
I feel obliged to remind you that sometimes your accuracy has been
Also, my
missing.
sister-in-law is celiac.
All right,
So
okay.
it's something that we've all had to sort of slowly learn as well. So
Awesome.
Are you ready for your first food?
I think I'm as ready as I'm ever going to be.
Food number 1 is glutinous rice. Is it
Come on.
donut or do not?
Glutinous rice.
Glutinous rice.
I
It
mean-
is also known as sticky rice.
We're looking for stuff that's gluten-free here, aren't we? So if you
Yeah.
call something glutinous rice, I know you're tricking me here.
Is it donut, as in celiac friendly, or do not, as in do not give this to that person?
We'll go do not.
It is donuts.
Of course it is.
Also known as sticky rice. It's a misleading name, but the product is 100% gluten-free. You're right.
Yeah, I can already see how this is going. Yep.
Remember, you can shout check the label at any point during these food products. Your second food item is
Okay.
distilled spirits, such as ciders, wines, sherries, vodkas,
Oh, I'd imagine,
gins.
well, these are all things that are sort of like wheat and sort of barley and stuff. That forms part of it. So I'm going to say, oh, wait a minute. Do you know what?
Is it donut or do not?
I think it's, well, I want to say like is do not, but I'm going to say check the label on this one.
You are correct. It
Awesome.
is donut. So, distilling process removes the glutinous proteins. in
Right,
this.
okay,
So,
okay. So it does use
ciders-
glutinous stuff, but the process.
But the distilling takes away the gluten.
Right.
So, ciders, wines, sherry, spirits, ports, liqueurs are gluten-free.
Uh-huh.
But you need to check the label.
Okay.
So, drinks with an alcoholic strength by volume or an ABV of more than 1.2% do not have to list all ingredients.
Ooh.
They do, however, legally have to say that it contains an allergen.
Got
But
you.
if it's anything underneath 1.2%, they have to show the ingredients because
Really?
the
So it
distilling
changes,
process
yeah.
might not remove all the gluten.
I'd imagine like beers and stuff are very different because they are
Mm-hmm.
like hops and barley. That's
Exactly.
so spirits. are what we saying to the listeners here? Spirits are good. Yeah, spirits
Beer's
are good
not
for
so
you.
much.
Beer not so much. Is that what you're endorsing here?
I am not endorsing anything. Drink aware for the facts.
Drink aware. That's good.
You're-
That is public health broadcasting.
You're
right
very
there.
welcome. Your third food product is couscous.
Couscous.
Couscous. Is it donut or do
I don't
not?
really know what couscous is. I mean, obviously I know what it is, but what's it made of? I'm going to say do not.
You would be correct. It is
Okay.
do not. Often confused as gluten-free. Couscous is actually made from semolina wheat, and semolina
Yeah.
is not gluten-free.
Okay, good.
Your next one is licorice.
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 Is licorice a do not or a do not?
The sweetie.
I don't really know what's in licorice.
It's aniseed.
It's aniseed, yeah.
It's
but,
like a stick.
but then it's like, is there gelatin in it? And then, whoa, now how does gelatin fit in with the whole...
Gelatin is just bones.
Well, I think there's more to it than that, but...
Licorice.
I think there's different ways of making licorice. There's like, mainstream way, and then you get like, nicely small producer. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to say check the label.
I don't have this as a check the label. No.
Well, what
so
is it? Is it do not?
licorice is a do not.
You can't eat licorice if you
Can't eat
if
licorice.
you've got celiac disease.
So it contains wheat flour as a binder. So to bind the sweet together,
okay,
it uses
yep,
wheat flour.
yep.
So tamari. Tamari.
What's tamari?
Tamari is like an Asian sauce.
Okay. I
Like
don't
for
know what
your
it is. Some
stir
kind
fries
of...
and stuff like that.
If it's a sauce, is it a thick sauce? Is it a runny? Is it? I'm going to be safe, and I'm going to say do not.
That is correct. Varieties are gluten free.
There
You
we
see
go.
where I say varieties? Should have checked the label.
Ah.
Because some are obviously gluten free as well. Please
Mm-hmm.
double check the label. They will say gluten free or not, basically.
We're certainly highlighting the ones that are definitely
Exactly. Yes. Malt vinegar.
Malt vinegar.
Malt vinegar.
Now, malt
For your
vinegar,
chips.
right, implies that there's some wheatiness in there.
Possibly.
But it's distilled. Vinegar gets distilled, which kind of brings me back to the spirits. I'm going to say...
Malt vinegar gets distilled?
Yeah, I'm sure vinegar gets distilled.
You
I'm
can
going to say
get
donut.
distilled.
I'm saying donut. Let's just call it.
It is.
I'm saying it's safe.
Do not.
Really?
Malt vinegar is made from barley.
Yeah,
It doesn't distill. It doesn't get distilled enough to be gluten free.
Goodness me.
I know. You tried. Well done. Your next one is surimi. Surimi, also known as imitation crab meat.
Ooh, never heard of it before.
You know, like a seafood stick, a crab stick.
Yeah.
You know, the little like.
Yeah, I'm
red
aware
things?
of them.
Yeah. Is
If
that
it's an
gluten-free?
imitation crab stick, means what are they using to imitate it with? So I'm going to say do not.
You would be correct. It's commonly used as wheat as a binder.
There
So
we
they
go.
use-
Is this this
Yeah.
keeps coming up?
It's not crab. It's like just the leftovers of the fish that doesn't get used for like supermarket products get bound together essentially. Your next one is buckwheat. Is it donut or donuts?
I'm going donut here because if I know one thing about this, if it has wheat in it, that's a trap. To quote Admiral Akbar from Star Wars, it's a trap. So I'm going to say that's safe.
It
Donut.
is donut. It's actually a gluten-free seed. Buckwheat is a part of the pseudo-cereal family, a plant which is not a grass or cereal, but can be used in similar ways.
As soon as you said it, I was like, if that's not a pseudo cereal,
Yeah.
poof.
Pseudo-cereals also contain amaranth and quinoa.
Quinoa.
Your last one is soy sauce. Is it donut or do not?
Soy sauce.
You know what soy sauce is.
Shannon.
Just in case, just
Shannon,
double checking.
Have a look at this frame that's in front of you here.
I wouldn't suggest anything to do.
I'm probably going to say that. Well, wait a minute. Let me do my numbers here. Check the label.
It is check the label. So originally soy sauce is made with wheat. However, check the label because products are often made gluten-free as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is this week's This or That. You got, let me double check. 1, 2, 3. You got half.
I mean, I wouldn't be if somebody who has celiac disease comes to my house. All I'm saying is,
You've learnt a lesson.
I think they need to be careful. Is what I'm saying. I think what I've demonstrated there is, like so many of us, and hopefully we've learned a wee bit here. We know that we hear these names, we hear these, intolerances and diseases, but we don't really quite appreciate the severity if we get it wrong.
No,
And
exactly.
there's also, the name sometimes doesn't help you out. There's stuff hidden in there. So yeah, I have the utmost sympathy for anyone who has to live with this because it's
hard.
challenging.
It's very challenging.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
as someone that's had to recently learn it as well, like, even just putting something in the oven is like, if the oven's not gluten-free, then it's
Wow.
it can't be gluten-free.
Yeah.
But if you'd like to know more about information about celiac or you're looking for support, Celiac UK website is a really good thing to do. They're doing something really big for Celiac Awareness Months, so they've got videos about how people have found out that they're celiac and all that stuff as well. We are just running out of time as well. It's time for the
Oh my
end of Beat
goodness, it's
Detective.
actually the end of the-
Yeah, it really is. I've had to keep like removing songs and I'm like, what's happening?
We've only got 30 seconds left of the show.
Exactly. So
Do you know
we'll have
what-
to
but-
quickly run through what's going on.
But I think. Do you know what? We might actually have to just wait. Do we have to hold over till next week or put it on the podcast extra?
Are
There's
you
literally
sure?
only 15 seconds left in the show, Shannon.
There is. I know. You're going to have to listen to the podcast then.
Oh my goodness.
Oh dear.
Coming up after this is the Highland Open Mic. We'll see you next week.
Have a great time and yeah,
Go.
go. What do I do? Thanks for listening, or if you've skipped it because you want to find the
Yeah, that was the show.
what the Beat Detective was.
Yeah.
Yeah, so much happened. That was
I don't know what happened there. We sort of lost track of time and it got a bit crazy.
It did.
So,
And that's fine.
and that's fine.
Yeah.
It was when you looked at me and says, Tom, we need to announce Beat Detective because the show's over. And I looked and we've only had like 30 seconds left of the show.
Yeah, so we had enough time to say, listen to the podcast, find the
Yes.
answer out.
And here we are. This is the podcast extra.
Yeah.
I don't think this is how we should do it every week where we have to
No.
force you to download a podcast.
To be fair, we had a
get the
visitor
answer.
in, so we had to sort of split the
Exactly.
hour
It
and
all
stuff like that.
happened. It all
It is
happened.
what it is.
So will we do a recap on what was the question for Beat Detective?
Yes.
Because I've forgotten it as well.
Do you want me to read it out?
No, it's cool because I've always got always got it right in front of me.
Okay,
It's
that's fine.
always there. I'm never waiting on Facebook to load. I'm never behind the curve. I'm always completely and utterly aware of my surroundings, what is going on, Right, it's in front of me now. The song was 5 words.
Yes.
Poignant tune where dreams and Paris drift.
Yes.
Just out of reach.
I love the hand gestures. It's like you're in a Sherlock. Sherlock? I don't mean that.
Sherlock? Shakespeare. Sherlock and Shakespeare. It's the same thing.
Yeah, basically.
That was your song for 5. Artist was 2 words. She kept the faith, full of stories from a wild, wild past.
Mm-hmm.
Shannon, I have absolutely no idea what it is.
Absolutely shocking because...
So help.
It was. Well, as we're in the podcast, we can sort of break it down. There's no sort of time parameters that we're at.
We can't play it, unfortunately. That's one of the things.
She kept the faith. Think about the word faith.
Faith is belief.
Mm-hmm.
Belief, but then...
Was there an artist back possibly in the 80s with the word faith in it? I think it was the 80s.
An artist?
Yeah.
Called Faith. Well,
Yeah.
Faith.
Oh, sorry, it's the 60s. Sorry. Further back than I thought it was. I can give you 5 seconds of the song.
Oh, we're really pushing the boundaries of a copyright strike here. Let's go for it.
Let me just quickly get that up for you. It's 2 seconds.
I mean, I could just look, I suppose, on the system and see what it was.
Oh,
but
wait.
go on then.
CD. That one?
Yeah.
Hey, there we go.
Press the red button. And you're playing this out to the world right now, just to say that is going out in the live studio. There she is. Sorry, can I have this song again there, please?
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. That's 5 seconds.
I don't... pass.
It's Marianne Faithfull with the Ballad of Lucy Johnson. Lucy Jordan.
Oh, that's what everybody was thinking.
Yeah, of course.
We've got a guest in the studio who I've never seen such an eye roll before. I'm concerned that they might have pulled a muscle in their eyes because it was such a...
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
No, it's fine. This song was from the Broken English album. It came out in 1979, but she was really big in the 60s, 70s as well.
So what was the name of the artist again, please?
Marianne Faithfull.
Marianne Faithfull.
With the Ballad of Lucy Jordan.
The Ballad of Lucy Jordan. So hold on. The ballad. Poignant tune, okay. Where dreams and Paris drift just out of reach.
Something to do with the lyrics are she realised she never at the age of 37, she never realised she'd never ride through Paris in a sports car with the warm wind in her hair. It's like part of the lyrics in it. You're the music person. You did all the chart history stuff. Don't look at me like that.
Just saying.
It's just because you didn't get it, right?
I suspect nobody got it, but who knows?
I bet there's some people out there that got it.
Some people will have got it.
You can let us know because you have your own special email if you want to get in touch with the podcast. It is socials@hhr.scot. And obviously the normal social media fiasco as well. You can message us whenever you fancy.
Please
Someone
do.
will pick it up and we'll go, thanks. Amazing.
Also, use that email address if you have, maybe you work or volunteer at a local charity involved in health and well-being, or maybe an organisation that does that as well. Get in touch with us as well and come in and join us here in the studio, because it's always great to have a guest in telling us about what's going on.
Yeah.
Now, bad news. No podcast next week.
I think it's good news.
Well, it's good news for us.
Some.
It's good news for us.
We're on holiday.
So, yeah, we are taking a week off, I'm afraid. Well, here's how it is. We have a roster, and I booked next week off.
We did, yeah.
Because I am going away to Arbroath for 3 nights.
Very nice.
I know. 3 nights in a caravan in Arbroath.
Oh.
And I genuinely can't wait. the Tayside coast is lovely, and I'm really
Costa
looking
del
forward.
Tayside, did you say the other week? Yeah.
Yes. So I already booked off, and then Shannon announces... Well, you don't actually know where you're going, do you?
No, I actually don't. It's my birthday on Tuesday, and Ben was like, "Oh, book the weekend off. Book the Friday off, and then book the Saturday off." And I was like, "What Saturday?" And he's like, "31st." I'm like, Tom. And I was like, "Is there a way that we can rearrange this?" He's like, "I've paid for it." And I'm like,
Awesome.
Great. He has access to this roster as well as he's a volunteer.
Yeah, well, I don't like to remind him of that. So it does mean that next week, if you're listening live, it'll be a greatest hits. We're going to line up 4 of our interviews with our local charities and health organisations. So that'll be good. A nice wee catch up and a nice wee reminder of those, because maybe you've joined us late in the party.
Yeah.
So hear from them, and then we'll be back in a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah.
Whew.
I know.
Right, I'm going to go and chill out now.
Enjoy Arbroath.
You enjoy the mystery location that you're pretty sure you're going to.
I have no idea what you're about.
Well, you think you know where you're going. I can't wait for you to be proven horribly wrong. That'd be quite good fun.
I don't know. I know there's a plane involved.
There is a plane involved.
Because he's like, oh, I booked the plane for like 9 p.m. in Edinburgh. Can you finish work early? And I'm like, no. So he's going to have to ask my boss for a special permission, which I'll probably get because my boss is kind of just chill.
He's chill.
Yeah, he does what he wants.
So we'll be back in a couple of weeks' time. Enjoy yourselves. And don't forget, if you have enjoyed this programme from Highland Hospital Radio, there's loads of others out there.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can listen again on demand at the website. Go to hhr.scot, go to schedule, and you can see what's coming up live, or go to listen again and see what has been.
Exactly.
Some really good shows out there.
Maybe we should just do like a 1 week summer holiday.
I don't think we need to holiday together. We spend Saturdays
together.
You know what
I mean? As in, like, we do like a greatest hits like halfway through the year. Like, every year. Forever. Forever and ever and ever.
Well, we better find some greatest hits, so that might take us a while to figure that out. In the meantime, take care. We'll see you all soon.
See you later.
Bye.